Hey everyone, Mike here. And I think, like many of you, I just wanted to get on to talk a little bit about Eddie Van Halen, who has recently passed. It's so nice also to see such the outpouring of from the guitar community and everything as well. And I also want to throw my voice kind of into the mix and kind of talk a little bit, um, yeah, about losing the great Eddie Van Halen. I admit I'm probably the least like knowledgeable on Van Halen as a whole, um, even though yeah, they definitely influenced me, specifically the guitar tapping. Obviously, I remember when I was like, s- uh, mm, I started playing guitar at 12, so I had a guitar before that actually, and it was my dad's friend gave us a guitar, an electric guitar, black electric guitar. I have no idea what brand it is, like nothing like that, right? And I would always play, like pretend, and just kind of get really excited for guitar. Then once I started learning guitar and everything, I'd pick up the electric guitar, and I just remember one day my dad's friend was like, "Let me show you something." So I grabbed the guitar and then just started doing the tapping part from Eruption. At that moment, I had no idea like that it was Eruption or where it was from or about Van Halen or nothing. I was probably 12, 13 at the time, and I was like a 90s kid, right? So I think I probably knew who Van Halen was, but no idea specifically about the influence of Eddie Van Halen, right? So I would practice that, and I just loved the tapping so much, right? And I would just practice that like crazy, right? And I was like, that is the coolest thing like I've ever seen. And that's one of the first things that really like everyone has said countless times. You're just like, whoa, what is this new awesome thing the guitar can do, right? That I did not know it could do this before. Um, and yeah, after that, it was just me trying to tap like crazy all the time. Um, then yeah, it wasn't until high school or so that I just remember a couple kids like at that point people knew I played guitar, and so they'd be like, "Hey, let me show you something." Right, and I think it was during gym. We were at the lockers and we were just sharing music and stuff back in the good old Kazan LimeWire days, um, and it was Eruption, right? And I heard that, and once I got to the tapping part, I was like, it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, wow, I'm like, I kind of know this. And then yeah, I spent countless hours in high school, so learning Eruption as well. And I could never play it that well either. But I think for Eddie Van Halen, I'm gonna go back and try to learn it, um, and actually learn how to play it, because I think it is such a great guitar solo, right? That really just captures. Obviously, I wasn't around in the '80s. I was pro- probably one or two, um, but I feel like it just captured everyone's imagination. And I still think to this day, anytime someone's just getting into guitar and you hear the tapping, Eddie Van Halen's tapping for the first time, I think it completely changes everything. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my little story, my little influence on Eddie Van Halen. Like such a great guitarist, and great songwriter and everything as well. So uh, I definitely know he will be missed, and it's definitely a shame that we have to live in a world right without the guitar god that is Eddie Van Halen. Right. So for me, I'm always taken aback with these kinds of things, but I do love seeing how it's kind of brought a renewed, I don't know what I'd say, not hope, right? But just a renewed sense of like, oh, let's go back and listen to Van Halen, right? I had doubts about doing this video because there's already been so many people talking about Eddie Van Halen, but I'll be like, hey, I have to talk about it as well, right? So I love, I love seeing that. I love seeing the community come together and be like, hey, let's all remember Eddie Van Halen, right? And it's been crazy. I love seeing all the videos online about people Because of hearing the news, they're now getting into Van Halen, right? And I think that is awesome. I think that's amazing, right? I think that is still great that he's going to, from now until the end of time, continue to influence countless generations of new guitarists, right? So I think we should all, I think we'd all be lucky to strive for that kind of, yeah, I think we'd all be lucky to strive for like that kind of like reverence and skill and being that kind of an inspiration. So I know he will be missed. He's fairly young too at 65. 65 is not old. You know, it's really not. Um, but yeah, I really just wanted to. I think I really just wanted to come out and be like, hey, you know, I have an Eddie Van Halen story too, or not story, but I guess an influence. I have, you know, just to show people like, yes, I too was influenced by Eddie Van Halen, and I think I like seeing, like I mentioned, I like seeing that kind of outreach and that kind of outpouring from the community. So that has been my that has been my little rant. I beg all of you, go play guitar, go listen to Van Halen. We should be shredding all night and just listening to everything he's ever done. So thank you and take care.